into one person. Such quiet confidence. I mean, it really is just kind of incredible how he organizes such a beautiful thing and then operate at such a high level of talent. So I've got nothing but great things to say about Harold. And so he just called. I did Soul Speak, and then he just asked if I would be a part of it. And of course, I mean, you don't tell Harold no. So you
Absolutely.
Just show up.
Right.
Where to be. And it's such a beautiful collective. I met some phenomenal people who are insanely talented, but really, really just good people.
Right.
So I'm beyond honored to be a part of that collective. Super proud of the work that comes out of it, and I'm just gonna be around for as long as Harold sees fit,
Right. Yeah, we talked about that and how I am in awe of the project, because most of the artists that perform with Flowers for the Living, that's how I came to know them, was through Flowers for the Living. I knew a few of you guys prior to, but seeing everyone perform in that capacity, like all the talent that graces that stage at one time for the live show is ridiculous. All you guys are really dope, and I was saying to Harold how all of you are really, really talented musicians and singers, but all of you are such good people, like good-hearted, spirited people. So that seems like something that I hope goes on for a long time, or I guess until Harold gets tired, I guess. So we won't let him. He's going to have to do that forever.
It really is. I think that we've gotten spoiled with that, because when I tell you there's zero ego, zero, the things that people typically think come along with entertainment and talented folks, it's just none of that. And it's so heartwarming. So, really, again, I'm just very honored to be a part of that collective, and more importantly, grateful for Harold, for his vision and for that work.
Right.
He constantly reminds us, just through his actions, not even through lectures, but through what he does, what's important, and just keeping that calibrated correctly.
So what was it like on this project? You did a cover of "Love on the Brain" by Rihanna, which was blew my socks off. Okay, first of all, let me just tell you. I was like, I have to if I tell her nothing else on the show, I need to tell her about this song, because I listen to Rihanna, from time to time. I'm not like a super fan, but I appreciate her music. But I never really paid much attention to that song until I heard you sing the song.
Wow.
How was that process for you? Because you don't sing it just like Rihanna, right? It's a Rihanna cover, but you don't sing it the way she would sing it. Was there any type of process you had to go through to kind of make that into your own thing, or did you just say, here are the words and I'm gonna sing it how I want?
So Harold picks the songs, and he says, is that cool? And I'm like, whatever he asks me to sing, I trust his vision, and I just learn it, and then we just see how it comes out. Last year we did Florence and the Machine, What Kind of Man, and that's never a song. In fact, I didn't even know who Florence and the Machine were, honestly. I didn't know. So with Rihanna, of course, I've heard of her, but I would have never chosen to cover a Rihanna song. I just haven't covered her work. But when Harold sent that song, I said, okay, cool. Let me just listen to it, internalize it, and see how I can approach it. And to me, it's very different for Rihanna. It gives me Etta, It gives me that, which, I love Etta. So I'm like, let me just take my approach as if I would to any song that has that kind of bluesy, down home-ish kind of vibe, and just sing it like I would sing it. And so that's kind of what my process of preparing that song was. I don't even hear Rihanna when I sing that song, or when I hear that song, I don't hear Rihanna. I hear the music, and music to me translates to Etta. So,
yeah, well, now every time I hear this song come on the radio, Yeah, now every time I hear the song come on the radio, I turn it off and I play your version instead.
Oh, man.
So you guys, please check that out because that's not actually one of the songs we'll be playing tonight, but you guys can check that out on SoundCloud. I know it's on Harold's page on SoundCloud and on YouTube as well. But you guys are doing a live show in May, right? Are you going to be a part of the live show this year?
Yes, I am.
Good.
I will be there, and I'm so excited.
Awesome. So let's move into a different bit of a rhythm, I guess, for one of your songs, and tell us a little bit about Blue.
So Blue is one of those songs that I wrote on the expressway going back to college.
Okay.
Really, I kind of, I dig the funk in Parliament, and I was like, let me just see what would come out if I just did something a little bit more upbeat and funky. Bangtown Productions, who is one of the volunteers at Fire when I was in Kalamazoo, he produced the track, and Blue is just what I created from it. Blue is not a particular person. I just was, kind of messing around with some ideas, and so I wrote it on the way back to Kalamazoo from Chicago one blistering winter. I was just like, well, let's pass some time in the 2-hour drive, and
well, it worked because I hadn't heard that song yet when I pressed play. I was like, okay, Meagan. I was like, I'm gonna have to see this on a live stage sometime soon. Let's check it out. So you guys listening can check out Blue by Meagan McNeal, and we will be right back.
Well, all right. Now look at here, ladies.
I'm gonna see how a grown woman.
If you know what I'm talking about, baby girl, don't sweat your perm out. Come on. Let me tell you a story about a brother named Blue. That man make me feel like I can do anything I want to do. I don't know what it means to you. That boy named Blue make me feel like I got a couple screws loose. His love so good, it makes me want to scream. You got my head turning around. His love so good, makes me want to scream. His love so good, makes me want to scream. His love so good, makes me want to scream. Now everybody, come on, won't you gather round? I wanna tell you how my man makes me feel every time he come around. Now you might question just if this love is true, but if Blue fell down and bumped his crown, mama sure enough tumbling too. His love so good, makes me want to scream. You got my head turning around. His love so good, makes me want to scream. His love so good, makes me want to scream. His love so good, makes me want to scream. His love so good, makes me want to scream. You got my head turning around. His love so good, makes me want to scream. His love so good, makes me want to scream. His love so good, makes me want to scream.
And we're back. You're listening to Support the Dope Radio. I'm your host, CB. And the guest tonight is Miss Meagan McNeal, who just said she gonna show you how a real woman do it. And that she did. On Blue. I'm like, yes! So I have to ask.
I had some girlfriends in the studio with me that night. That was Amnia Azar, who's based out of Baltimore, who said that, and then the other girl on the track is Yolanda Lavender. We just had a good time.
See what happens when ladies get together. That's the type of, black girl magic that is produced.
Yes.
So I'm feeling it. Well, I have to ask because I'm sure that you get Jill Scott comparisons all the time. But I know that you're a fan of Jill Scott. So how do you feel about that? Does it ever get old to you, or do you sometimes, wish you weren't compared, or do you like being compared?
Again, I think that it's easy, or just a part of human behavior, for people to associate. It's just kind of one of the natural things that we do, we categorize and we associate. And so while I am not in any way, shape, form, or fashion, we can be clear about that, trying to be Jill, I can see where how people hear that in my influence,
Right.
So I love Jill, respect the hell out of her work. But my goal is to be Meagan McNeal, and so they never mean it in a negative way, so I don't take it that way. I really try to hear people's intentions as opposed to, taking it at face value, if that makes sense. So I just say thank you, because they really do mean it as a compliment.
Right, absolutely.
Most of the time.
So who are you listening to, like, right now? Who are some of the favorite artists that you like to play when you just want to hear some good music?
I'm always listening to old school, which I'm trying to not be such a grandma. Although, 70s soul is like my absolute favorite. So
okay, there's nothing wrong with that.
When I'm not in that mode, I've been listening to who is this new artist? Daniel Caesar. He's so dope. I couldn't even tell you the name of the song. That's how new the introduction has been made to me.
Let me write this down. Daniel
Caesar. I think he's out of Toronto, Canada. I think he's out of Canada. Yeba, so Abby Smith, is like probably, I just heard her for the first time maybe a month ago, and she just landed like in my top vocalist box, because I was just like, who is this girl and why is she slaying my entire life right now? Who else have I been listening to? I love Kendrick, and even though he hasn't released anything new to my knowledge, I love his approach. To me, Kendrick is a vocalist who just so happens to rap. That's just my opinion. I'm not a hip-hop artist, so I cannot claim to know all the intricacies, but the texture in his voice and the way he approaches things to me is that of a vocalist. That's how I feel about it. But typically my go-to is like the Isley Brothers, Ohio Players. That's what's on my Spotify all the time, unless I'm listening to my friends.
Okay. I listen to my friends all the time.
I know, yeah.
So who is it, and this can be, local or, on a larger platform, are there any artists that you hope to work with in the future on like a collaboration song or album or however?
Oh, man, I don't know. It's not that I don't want to. That's just the